Victims lived in this house. A candlelight vigil remains out here in their memory. Now, police are following up on all leads, but they say one thing is clear: the victims were targeted. A single candlelight still burns outside the house where police say they found 3 victims with fatal gunshot wounds. Police say it was not a random crime, nor was it a suicide.
Why they were targeted, what's the motive, those are all the things that we are working on right now.
Neighbors say they were sleeping Saturday morning and didn't know what happened until they saw the patrol cars outside.
The year after 3 people were shot to death inside a southeast Modesto home, detectives arrested 6 suspects, capping an 11-month investigation that included witness protection and quiet surveillance. On February 26, 2013, officers surprised Robert Palomino and Juan Jose Mila in Stanislaus Superior Court as they exited Department 6 on an unrelated weapons matter, detaining them in a nearby room before leading them out in handcuffs. Investigators had promised the families of David that arrests would come before the March 3rd anniversary of the deletions, and they made good on that vow. Court documents tie the triple homicide to a torture case weeks earlier. On January 27, 2012, an 18-year-old woman reported being bound with tape, beaten, burned with lighters, gagged, and threatened with being forced to dig her own grave inside a Richland Avenue apartment in Ceres. Police searching the unit shared by her boyfriend Richard Garcia and his friend Armando Osegueda found drugs, a stolen TV, and about $6,500 in cash, leading to arrests for false imprisonment, assault with a deadly weapon, and later torture. Jose Osegueda Jr. was arrested on drug charges connected to the search. Although all 3 initially landed in the Stanislaus County Jail, Garcia posted a $50,000 bond on February 8. And on February 28, Armando Osegueda was released to a work alternative sentence on unrelated charges, which he never served. By early March, several key figures were back on the street. Detectives, meanwhile, had set up surveillance on the Richland Avenue complex as they continued probing the suspects and the Norteno-affiliated Empire Boys. In the early hours of March 3rd, a camera captured Armando Osegueda and an unidentified man sitting on the steps, wearing gloves and scraping small objects believed to be ammunition against the concrete and inspecting them as if altering markings. When Mila arrived, 7 minutes later, all 3 departed. Around the same time, 2 intruders entered the McClure Road residence of the torture victim. She woke to a man in her dark room using a cell phone as a light, then heard movement toward Reinig's room, a gunshot, Reinig screamed, and several more shots. She reported hearing a startled exchange, something like, "What was that? Who's that?" followed by a door being kicked in. Hiding and calling 911. She survived. Responding officers found Siebel's face down on the downstairs sofa with 2 gunshot wounds to the back of the head. Upstairs, Reinig lay on the floor with wounds to the chest and head, and Teles was in bed with 3 gunshot wounds to the chest.